UEFA agreed to a closed stadium so that Madrid will have absolutely no excuse not to get the comeback in this game. A massive turnout and a royal welcome as usual from the Madrid fans to welcome the players before the game started. Royal was so relaxed in the first half of this game as Madrid failed to register 0 shots on target in the first half. He was in a no man's land, but in the second half, he got a little bit busy. Saka went from missing a penalty in the 16th minute to scoring in the 65th minute, making him the second Arsenal player to score at the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium after Thierry Henry. Boy, that celebration too was cheeky. Yes, 19 years after, and Saka just had to celebrate in that manner. He finally chipped Thibaut Courtois, and that was very cheeky from Saka. Make that 5 goals, 2 assists in 7 Champions League game for Saka. Star boy, star player, the penalty miss, yes, but come on, he's Saka. Martinelli might have had a stinking game, but getting that winning goal for the Gunners sealed everything for Arsenal today. In both legs, that defeat, fantastic play. Credit to Arteta for the game plan of the team, down to the defense, to the midfield. Solid from Thomas Partey again, and impressed for a back-to-back man of the match performance. And from Declan Rice, the VAR actually came to party in the Champions League after 6 minutes, reviewing the penalty call on Mbappe after the challenge from Declan Rice. Boy, he was not having any of that. He was letting the referee know that that can never be a penalty. A man of the match performance and back-to-back, and from Declan Rice, what a game. His ball recovery, his passes, his clearance in this game, his urgency in this game, top notch. Arsenal are back in the semi-finals for the first time since 2009 in 16 years. The last time Arsenal was in the Champions League semi-finals, Adebayo was still playing for Arsenal. Vinicius told us he's going to prove himself after he lost the Ballon d'Or. Sir Vinny, I am still waiting to see what you're going to prove. I have never seen a boring performance from any team like I saw today from Madrid. They did more of the talking before the game than they did in the game. Hendrik, the married man, had to come in the 60th minute to help Madrid up front in terms of creativity. Yes, when he came in, there was a little bit of change in terms of how Madrid approached the game offensively, but Hendrik coming in when you need to score more goals says a lot about how bad the Madrid players played. Vinicius Jr., Kylian Mbappe, Jude Bellingham. I don't understand how Rudiger played 90 minutes in this game. Rudiger's challenge on Luis Kelly, he didn't even get a yellow card. In fact, the game was not stopped after the players called their attention to the referee that Luis Kelly was down. That was a nasty challenge. Over both legs, Madrid approach to this game was totally awful. They failed to control the midfield. Creativity, they were low. Defensively, they were porous. Any hope of Madrid getting a comeback in this game would have been if this man, Valverde, was in his A game. Creativity-wise, if Valverde came to play, that is when you will see Madrid doing the comeback. It was flat in both legs, and again, it happened in front of their fans. Closed stadium, you could hear the fans roar. Why could Madrid not create in the middle? Jude Bellingham, Martin Odegaard, and Rice was too much for Jude Bellingham to handle. To make matters worse for Carlos Ancelotti and the Madrid team, this looks so bad for Kylian Mbappe, this injury, and looking at the fact that Madrid are still in the title race in the Spanish La Liga, hopefully the injury on Kylian Mbappe is not serious and he will not be out for too long for Madrid. Lautaro Martinez is just 1 goal off the record of the most goals scored by an Inter Milan player in a single Champions League season. Crespo with 9, Eto'o with 8, and now Lautaro Martinez with 8. Martinez has scored in his last 4 Champions League appearances for Inter Milan, against Sparta Prague, against Monaco, against Feyenoord, and now against Bayern Munich. He's so sad to see Thomas Muller, who is 35, play his final Champions League game as a Bayern Munich player. Harry Kane and Eric Dier was on the score sheet for Bayern Munich, but that was not good enough to push them through to the next round of that game. Also, Pavard getting his first goal as an Inter Milan player in the Champions League, electrifying for the player. Now, Arsenal will face PSG in the semi-finals, and Inter will face Barcelona in the semi-finals of the Champions League.